HDMI 2.1 fails early adopters. So whether you can blame Sony or Denon or Yamaha or whoever you want to point fingers at, there's a conversation that needs to be had right now. So smack a like on this video because I'm getting to the point right now. So a lot of you over the weekend while I was on vacation in Atlanta asked me my particular take on this because it's been blowing up all over the AV community, but I haven't really weighed in on it yet. So I figured there's no better time to do that than right now. So it's like this, man. First generation devices are always filled with bugs and glitches, and you've always got to work through them. So simply put, that's exactly what we're seeing here. We're seeing handshaking issues on these AVRs, and you can't expect anything less from a first generation attempt at HDMI 2.1. I mean, just look at the LG C10. All of those patches just to get G-Sync functional, just to fix issues that really shouldn't even be there. Because that's just how it works, man. Like, these first generation HDMI 2.1 devices are going to be buggy. And honestly, if you really want to win with HDMI 2.1 and future proofing, why would you want to pick when you only have a handful of HDMI 2.1 devices on the market? That is literally the worst time to pick as a consumer. The best time to pick is when you have a plethora of options and you don't even have to try to find an HDMI 2.1 TV. That's the best time to buy an HDMI 2.1 product. Right now in 2020, this is like the dumbest thing anyone can do, and I see people doing it left and right. And I'm going to go ahead and make a promise to you. All of you buying HDMI 2.1 right now will have buyer's remorse when the real HDMI 2.1 monsters come out. I've been trying to save you money. I've been trying to save you buyer's remorse. Now, I can only do so much. I'm one guy and I'm not sponsored. And so I rely on my channel members and everything like that to kind of help fund the operation. I'm very transparent about that. I don't have to lie about what I say here. Everything's just for the sake of the community and putting it out there. And it's just a take it or leave it kind of fashion, right? And that's just how it works here. And I know a lot of people throw their shade and they hate me for that. But the reality is I don't care. I don't care because at the end of the day, I know I told you. And as long as I did my part as your neighbor, good for me. That's my little due diligence for the day. But if you buy it, and those new monstrous TVs come out in 2021, you know, the QNEDs and the QD OLEDs and the dual layer and whatever else they can come out with, you're going to be looking so stupid in 2021, having paid the exact same dollar amount they would be asking for in 2021 for those kinds of TVs. I'm just going to put that out there. You might want to return your hot trash LG C10 with its legendary black crush. Okay, I mean, really, the unimpressive TVs, the unimpressive HDMI 2.1 devices are going to continue until you get the first generation out of the way. It was no different when 4K launched back in 2013, right? And I'm telling you right now, man, they paid out the nose for those day one 4K TVs that they swore were hot shit. And now look at them all. They've all had to upgrade or they're talking about upgrading. That's where the market leads. That's where the whole future-proof conversation leads. You had Sony come out with a media player box trying to guarantee 4K players would not be a problem because you could still use it. Nobody uses that big bulky $699 media player back at the time. Nobody uses that anymore. And then you had Samsung with their Evolution kit. Nobody uses that anymore. The point is, all of these pushes to try to get you to future proof are just that. They're marketing pushes. And if you can see through that, brilliant. If you can't, I try to help with that. And if you still don't want to, now that's a personal choice and your problem. But that being said, definitely hold off until you have more HDMI 2.1 options to pick from, because as you are seeing, exactly like I said, exactly like I predicted, HDMI 2.1 is not ready yet for mainstream usage. You have a lot of people looking to buy PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and run them on these AVRs. Well, just get ready to be disappointed if there's some handshaking issues already happening. Only imagine what that's going to do when you buy those next generation consoles. So before you go all out on a new sound system and setting up a brand new AVR with HDMI 2.1 support, just kind of remember this, because this is important as we go into the future of technology. And that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching the #1 brand in honesty. Until the next video, I'll see you guys later.